sparing diuretic acts on this mechanism by preventing the sodium reabsorption. Okay. Next is calcium anhydrase inhibitor. In calcium anhydrase inhibitor, this is the enzyme which is responsible for the hydrolysis of sodium carbonate into water molecule and carbon dioxide. Okay, so how it acts? See, this part is tubular fluid, this part capillary, and over here is blood. First, NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, gets splits into sodium and HCO3 minus plus H plus. Okay, then this HCO3 minus and H plus get combined to form H2CO3. In presence of carbonic anhydrase, this H2CO3 gets bifurcated into H2O and CO2. This CO2 gets inserted into capillary. This CO2, H2O, which is already present, get combined, and in presence of carbonic anhydrase, it will form HCO3 minus, H plus, and Na plus. Okay, Na plus remains in capillary, H plus get efflux out from the capillary to the tubular fluid. See, if carbonic anhydrase get inhibited, then there is no formation of water molecule and CO2 from H2CO3. So the level of water molecule get decreases, blood volume get decreases, blood pressure get decreases. Okay, this is the mechanism of action of carbonic anhydrase inhibitor. Next is osmotic diuretic, substance which increases the osmolarity. Okay, these are the substances which increases the osmolarity, but they have one limitation, that is it cannot permeable to epithelial cell. Okay, tubular epithelial, over here epithelial cells are present. Okay, example is mannitol. See, in certain condition, we are taking example of diabetes mellitus. So in diabetes mellitus, the concentration of glucose in blood is high. So the maximum reabsorption capacity get increases. So the glucose remains in filtrate and the osmotic retention of water in urine. Okay. Generally, we can observe the frequency of urination get increases in the diabetes mellitus condition. Okay. This is the mechanism of osmotic diuresis. Here is filtration occur, glucose remains in the filtrate, then over here water get reabsorbed, osmotic diuresis takes place. There is increase the blood glucose level. We are taking example of diabetes mellitus condition. So increases the glomerular filtration of glucose, increase in osmotic pressure of renal tubular fluid, because the volume of urine, because of increase in glomerular filtration, increases, so the pressure on the renal tubular fluid is also increases, so the water reabsorption decreases. If the water reabsorption get decreases, the water level in the blood get decreases, blood pressure get decreases. Okay, and osmotic diuresis takes place. These are some adverse effects. First is hypercalcemia, increase the level of calcium. Hyperkalemia, increase the level of potassium. Hyperuricemia, increase the level of urea. Hypokalemia, decrease the level of potassium. Hypokalemia, decrease the level of calcium. Hypokalemia is also one of the condition. Adverse effects: hypercalcemia, increase the level of calcium. Hyperkalemia, increase the level of potassium. Hyperuricemia, increase the level of urea. Hypocalcemia, decrease the level of calcium. Hypovolumia, decrease the level of volume of tubular fluid. One condition is more, that is hypokalemia, which is also called as decrease the level of potassium. Okay, thank you.